My husband and I are older parents, which has brought its own set of challenges. I'm 43 years old, and he's 55. We've only been married for 2 years, and to be honest, we didn't plan on having our son. It just sort of happened unexpectedly. At first, when we found out I was pregnant, my husband seemed happy about it. But once the baby was actually born and the reality of parenthood set in, I quickly realized that his happiness had disappeared. Since day one, he's been extremely reluctant to help with the baby. He constantly claims he doesn't know how to do anything related to childcare, even though I've patiently shown him simple, basic tasks like changing diapers and putting on clothes multiple times. Every time I try to teach him, he insists it's too hard and never really makes an effort to learn. As a result, I've been left doing absolutely everything myself, which has been exhausting and overwhelming. To make matters worse, our baby had colic for the first few months, which meant he would cry much more than the average baby. My husband absolutely hated this and would get very angry and frustrated if our son cried for more than just 5 minutes. He would shout at me things like, "Do something. Make him stop crying right now." But despite his complaints, he never once tried to help soothe the baby himself. I felt incredibly alone and unsupported during those first few weeks after our son was born. It was a really tough time for me. Then, to add to the stress, my husband started complaining that the baby was taking up all of my time and attention and that I had no time left for him anymore. He seemed jealous of his own child, which I found both puzzling and upsetting. Now, our son is 4 months old and has entered a clingy phase. He cries every single time I try to put him down, even for a moment. It's been really challenging because there are times when I absolutely have to put him down to do essential tasks, but I always make sure I never let him cry for more than 10 minutes at most. I try my best to comfort him quickly. Yesterday, I had to go out for a short errand and left my husband to watch our son. I wasn't planning to be gone for long, maybe 15 minutes at most. But I had barely left when he called me in a panic. He said I needed to come back immediately because he couldn't get the baby to stop crying. I tried to help over the phone, suggesting he try taking the baby outside for some fresh air, which often helps. Shortly after that call, I got an alert from our baby monitor app. When I checked it, I saw our son crying alone in his crib. I felt so upset and worried that I immediately turned around and rushed back home. When I got back to the house, I found our son still in his crib, crying his eyes out, while my husband was just sitting on the couch, doing absolutely nothing to comfort him. I was furious and demanded to know why he had left the baby crying alone for so long without trying to soothe him. His response shocked and devastated me. He said, "I couldn't make him stop no matter what I did. I really hate that thing and wish it was never here." He actually referred to our baby as that thing, which broke my heart. What he said surprised me deeply and made me incredibly sad. I understand that everyone gets frustrated with parenting sometimes, especially with a newborn, but I think what he said went way too far. It was cruel and showed a complete lack of attachment to our child. Now I don't know what to do anymore. I'm worried about my husband's relationship with our son and how it might affect our baby's emotional development. I'm also concerned about the future of our marriage if he truly feels this way. Can you please help me figure out how to handle this situation? I feel lost and don't know where to turn.